Welcome to Company Showcase, an advertising feature on HowStreet.com.
I'm Jim Goddard. I'm speaking with American Manganese CEO and President Larry Reaugh. Welcome back to the show, Larry.
Well, Jim, it's always a pleasure to be on the show.
You just came back from Cambridge House. What was happening there?
Well, Cambridge House has 2 shows a year. We usually attend them because we don't have any traveling or hotels involved or anything like that, and it's usually a pretty good show to go to. It's an investor show, and surprisingly, it was a paucity of actually mining companies and more to do with technology and cannabis that were at the show. And so we fit in to both those camps. We're solidly in both camps, in mining and in technology, with our recycling program. So I was quite impressed with the attendance. It wasn't huge, but it wasn't really small and sparse either. It was people that were there were interested. We had a lot of action at our booth on Wednesday. That was our busiest day, and I also had, several meetings in what they call the meeting room with a lot of funds and brokers, and there was a keen interest in what we're doing there. So I expect that we've planted quite a few seeds and that they will germinate and grow. The interesting thing about the show is that it tells me that, hey, we have to get out to these investor shows. I mean, we've been on Bloomberg and Reuters, and we've been all over the world, presenting at battery shows that we've been invited to, and just a little more on that. For every show that we go to, there's at least 3 or 4 that we don't, and because we're invited to present. I feel that, as the audience gets more more repetition, then at every show you go to, you see the same companies, same representatives. And now it's time to focus on the investing community, and that's what we're doing. So we had a very busy agenda with the meetings away from the booth. And I did a presentation on the company, and I was also sitting on a half-hour panel. And so we got really keen exposure, and, we were decently attended in all of those things. So I think it was well worth it, Jim, that we attended that show and managed to get the message out to a lot more investors out there. I found there was quite a mixture of investors from funds, brokers, deal makers, and investors. Investors from looking at the aspect of the green technology and how we were working with the environment. And we had a circular economy. That seemed to be a big interest to a lot of people. And, of course, looking at the stock is perhaps being in a good range to buy it. And, so it's just a matter of, getting the word out and knowing that we are well received at every show that we go to. So it's, it's a slow process, but it happens, and, we will reap, and so will the shareholders reap the benefits of it. There's been a lot of things happening. Cannabis has been tearing up the market, but the last few days have been pretty tough on IPOs in the cannabis area. That's kind of showing you that the shine is coming off, and maybe investors will start looking for alternatives to buy. I mean, some of them are sitting on huge profits, and they may swing into technologies and especially into recycling. So our next show is going to be in New Orleans, and that's going to be, I'm just trying to recall the date, in November. And so, maybe we'll get a chance to catch up on our work because we do have a very lean and mean crew here. You know, we've got a corporate secretary, we have a chief technical officer, and we have the chief financial officer, and, you know, they're flat out busy all the time, and myself, and so it's lean and mean, and we're on top of everything, so that's kind of the way I like it. I don't like to have a huge staff. Pretty soon you kind of lose track of who's doing what or if they're doing anything, and so it's a different management approach than I've had in the past few decades. So it's more work, but the days fly by, and you know, the rewards are still coming. So other than that, the recycling market seems to be moving ahead out there. There's people that are involved in repurposing, recycling throughout the business. So Apple's been the big news in the last week and a half with their Daisy disassembler and you know, the Liam still in the background. Those sorts of things only shine a picture on what we're doing, and you know, because it's you know, we are, you know, and I have to say this, we are the most advanced recycling opportunity out there. We're certainly that we know of. I mean, there could be things happening in privately that we're not aware of, but we can't find anything that makes the recoveries that we do from our cathode material. So, Jim, that's you know, it's been a busy week and a lot of traveling involved and heavy traffic, and so it's that's my message out there is that, you know, the company is still progressing and moving ahead, and I'm hoping, you know, it's dependent on certain approvals and everything else. I'm hoping to come up with some announcements very shortly.
Larry, where's American Manganese traded, and how can people find out more information about it?
American Manganese is traded on the Toronto Venture Exchange under the symbol AMY. It's traded in the U.S. under the symbol AMYZF, and it's traded in Frankfurt under the symbol 2AM. You can find all the information you want at our website, AmericanManganeseInc.com, or you can contact us at 778-574-4444, or you can email me at LREAUGH@AMYMN.com.
Larry, thanks a lot.
Thanks, Jim.
I've been speaking with Larry Reaugh, CEO and President of American Manganese. I'm Jim Goddard. Our conversation took place on September 21st.
Comments made on Company Showcase are an expression of opinion only and should not be construed in any manner whatsoever as recommendations to buy or sell any financial instrument at any time. Archived online at HowStreet.com. Company Showcase is a production of How Street Media Incorporated.